What's going on, my dudes? This is Mr. Gardner and this is Math Time with Mr. G. Today we're going to learn how to find our slope equation and when they only give us 2 points. So our slope, if you remember, is y equals mx plus b. This m is our slope. So when they don't give us slope, we have to find it on our own. So that is m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, what does that mean? This y is kind of like a first name, like Bob. And then this 2 is like a last name, Johnson. So Bob Johnson and Bob Smith. So they both have the same first name, but different last names. So now, if I were to give you the example of -1, -2, and 3, 4. Normally we would say this is x, this is y, this is x, and this is y. Well, I have 2 x's and 2 y's, so I have 2 Bobs and 2 my Garys. And I need to talk about which one is which, so when I put it into my equation, I'm not confused. So I'm going to say this is x1, because it's the first point I see, and this is x2, because that's the second point that I see. It doesn't matter which way you do it. I could have flipped them. All I'm doing is giving them a name so I know what to plug in. If I did these backwards, I would still get the same answer. So let's plug them in. Okay, so let's plug them in. So I have 4 goes in here. And then I would normally put -2 in for here, but because my equation says negative, it's minus -2, which is the same as 4 plus 2, or 6. So let's do the bottom. x2 minus what x1 equals -1, and I get 3 plus 1, or 4, and I get 3/2 as my slope. And like I said, if we were to have flopped it and I said, hey, these are 2's, this is 1, let's see if I would have gotten the same answer. Negatives would have canceled and they would have gotten the same answer. So it doesn't matter which one you name, it just matters that you name them and that you plug them in. Okay. Given these 2 points, what's the total equation? So I know this is x, y, x, y, x1, x2. So they want to know the total y equals mx plus b equation. So we don't need to find y, and we don't need to find x, but we need to find m and b. Well, we know our m equation, and just plug in my values. Okay, so now that I have my m, I can go back to my y equals mx plus b, and I can plug in m. So now I can find b. To find b, I go back to my original, and again, it doesn't matter which one I pick, but I'm going to pick a point, and I say I know what x, I know what y is. So y is going to be -2, and x is going to be 1. And I got that from -2 for y and 1 for x. And I'm just going to solve for b. Now that I have b, I can go back to my original equation and plug in my m and b, and there's my equation for the line that goes through these 2 points. Well, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments section. But other than that, be kind to each other, ask lots of questions, and think deeply.